Hi, I'm Джώρтζ West. How's everybody doing? I'll narrate this section about working with ghost roles in practice. Let me first remind you of the larger reason behind our discussion, and actually, behind the film as a whole. You'll remember an earlier discussion about deep democracy, and how individuals and groups tend to focus mainly on consensus reality issues and facts. This is obviously very important, and consensus reality is where important systemic change happens. However, groups, like most individuals, rarely embrace the many levels and the totality of their experiences. For really complete group interactions, we also need awareness of other, background, or dreamlike experiences happening at the same time. When all levels of experience are appreciated and noticed, there's greater chance for the group's wisdom to emerge, the development of deeper relationships, and for more sustainable resolutions. Now, ghost roles are one of the most important background group experiences that are rarely noticed. But when they are brought in, they are often a central key to transformative processes. Okay. You'll remember that ghost roles are all the people and things that people talk about in a group, but no one is directly representing. In other words, ghost roles appear whenever we talk about someone or something that is not present in the moment. Okay, before I say more about noticing and representing ghost roles, let's first just try to identify the ghost role in this situation.
Banks got bailed out, and we got sold out.
Here, the ghost role is the bank or the banker who she is upset with. Got it? Okay. So, once you notice a ghost role, it's helpful if someone can represent it.
What does it mean to represent a ghost role? I don't understand. And by the way, I'm Czarlí Fon.
Right. Hi Charlie. Good question. From the consensus reality viewpoint, the ghost role is just something we gossip about.
Right.
But from the dreamland level, a ghost role represents an energy or experience that is needed in the group, but is not yet seen or heard.
Oh yeah.
But if someone is able to notice and represent a ghost role, the process can deepen a great deal.
That's interesting. Can you give me an example?
Of course. I'll give you a few examples.
Great, thanks.
Okay. First, let's look at ghost roles in organizations. Then we'll think about some political, world, and social situations. In this example, two social workers gossip, and then step into the ghost role in their conversation.
Hey, the boss is too tough and directive.
That's true. She really is.
So who was the ghost role? Right. The directive boss. Let's see what happens.
We need to be more feeling-oriented in this social service organization. Yikes.
You are not accurate enough about what you are doing.
Now, let's see what happens if they pick up the information and energy of the ghost role.
Actually, we need that kind of direct energy sometimes.
You're right. We're so feeling with each other that we don't seem to get enough done.
That's right.
We could do a lot more and give more to our clients if we used that direct energy better.
Yes. And we might even be more direct with each other.
Did you notice their linear and direct body positions and signals? You see, the ghost role of the directive boss had an energy that they actually needed themselves.
I think I'm getting it. Maybe you can tell me how to work with a ghost role in a situation that Sally told us about earlier. It had to do with a group that didn't want to have a leader. They wanted everyone to be equal.
Yeah, right. I remember that situation. It was a great idea. However, the leader became a ghost role that then popped up unconsciously in the behavior of various individuals.
That's right. Certain people started to lead and direct the conversation without even knowing it. And without realizing that, they made it impossible for any group decisions to be made.
Right.
So, how could you work with that ghost role in this situation?
One possibility is to recommend that various people step consciously and temporarily into the leadership role and speak for it, and then to leave that role so that others can fill it. This can relieve the field and help it become more fluid.
Huh, that was interesting. I'll be back later.
Great. See you later. Now let's take a look at the way in which the energy or essence of the ghost role that is spoken about can already be present in people's behavior or double signals. Take a look at this political debate. I should say that any resemblance to any real figures in this example is not intended.
I will not talk to those hostile leaders. They are bad.
I will talk to those hostile leaders. It's very important to have some communication.
I will not talk.
Okay. What ghost role did you hear mentioned in their discussion? Right. It's those other leaders who were hostile. You got it. In consensus reality, they are talking about how to deal with real, outer people. This could be an important discussion. However, for our studies, let's think about the ghost role here in the moment. Okay. Now, ask yourself, how did the ghost of the hostile leader already appear in their behavior while they were talking? Right. The hostility they are speaking about is also present in the moment, in the way they are speaking. You can hear it in their voices and see it in their body motions. Okay. So what could we do with this ghost role? You might want to get rid of this hostility. That would make some sense. However, you can't really get rid of a ghost role. Instead, we need to use it
Or its energy.
with more awareness. So, how might that look in practice? Here's one possibility.
The way this conversation is going mirrors a lot of the hostility in the world. I notice it in myself, and in you. And I do want to fight it out, and strongly push my way forward. I think my idea is the best, and I will stand for that. However, I also think we have enough war and hostility in the world. We need to stand strongly for what we believe in. But let's go further. Let's also model a better world, in which we show a new way of interacting, and in which we work together.
So, that's one possibility. And the beginning of the new and deep conversation. I have a couple more examples, but in order to keep this section short, let's stop for the moment. And in the next section, I'll tell you a couple of really interesting examples of representing ghost roles in the midst of a group process. See you then.